transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And the Pacers with possession here, following the score by Cleveland. And the shot is good from Stuckey. And for the 2013 draft class, not sure if there are going to be a lot of all-stars from that class, but there are quite a bit of rotational players that are effective.
And Kevin, listen, there's still a chance to see a couple of all-stars emerge from the class, as there are some elite talents that just need time to grow. And overall, there weren't too many complete misses. Almost every lottery pick is a rotation player at this point.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. It's Jefferson outside. The shot is off. Hill with some nice D. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. His first shot coming late. And the shot is long.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And Mozgov comes to help. Here's Mahinmi. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. Mahinmi's got his first points in this one. The Cavaliers leading by 9. It's Jefferson outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Love wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Cavaliers?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana, C.J. Miles and Paul George are the wingmen. Mahinmi is out there with Turner. And it's Ellis in at the point. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Irving for 3. Shot is off. Pacers trail by 13. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. A 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers. The drive by LeBron. And it's sent back by Hill. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Miles the pass to Ellis. The three-pointer no good.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
Now Miles. Mo Williams missing from long range. And Miles kicks to Ellis. That doesn't go either for Ellis. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Irving for 3. And good on the basket. Book it. Irving's got 11 points.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP in a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest, and I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
Pacers trail by 14. Ellis with it. He's picked up by James. That's good.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Irving from long range. No luck. And Indiana will come the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game, because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Ellis goes in, and Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And George gets it to go.
Boy, Monte Ellis showing you he can body up the defender there.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Irving kicks to Thompson. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Miles, score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Kevin Love's checked in for Mo Williams. And the Pacers also making a change. Hill, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Ellis outside. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jefferson comes in for James. And Shumpert in there for Smith.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Irving kicks to Shumpert. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
They grab their own miss. Here's Hill. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland.